Okay, everybody. So I was down here live earlier while the baby was napping. She took a nice, actually super long nap. When I got up there, she was still snoozing for at least another 30 to 40 minutes. So she got a nice, good nap. Um, but when I was down here, we did an itty bitty mix, and there was 80 some 80 available or so. They're only $3.65 a piece. And they sold out already. They were I looked about an hour ago and they were out. So I was like, you know what? Ivan's home. He got home a decent time today, and he's got the kiddos. I already had dinner all set up, so he's literally just feeding and getting everybody set to go nights. And I was like, you know what? Let's go mix another one because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be watching this at our normal live time at like 5, and I believe these were probably already sold out at that time. So we're going to do another itty bitty mix. I know we're back. We're going to do another itty bitty mix. I went and formulated a new one. This one will actually blend well with the previous one, but it is very unique in the sense that this one has hunter green and burgundy. You know how I feel about those two colors together. Burgundy and hunter green are so pretty together. It's got a hunter green, a burgundy, but then it also has multiple chameleon stones in here. It's got a chameleon stone in here that does like red, purple, orange, blue. And then it's got another chameleon stone in here that does fuchsia and green. It's more like fuchsia and lime. When I say the red, orange, purple, the orange and the red are more subtle. The purple and the blue are the ones that take over, but you get that like cool, like dragon scale chameleon that comes off of it. And that's in there. And then we've got this really pretty blue, shifty green. But so we've got like we've got 1, 2, 3 very unique style stones in here. And then we have the hunter green and the burgundy. Okay. So there's like burgundy fuchsias you'll see it's so pretty, you guys. So this is going to be another kind of Julie tone one, but it's going to be really dark. Super duper pretty. Originally I was going to come down and I was going to go live and I was going to work on Zelia's tumbler with yesterday's fairy bubble. All the neon stones because I did Jetsy's yesterday. So Jet Little, this is yesterday's fairy bubble stones. You get the pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple in that mix. And I did Jetsy's yesterday, and now Zillie's like, well, what do I? Which one is for me? And I was like, I still got to make yours, girl. So I was thinking about doing this on this live. However, I decided once I saw that this was sold out, I was like, oh, I feel bad. I'm gonna jump in. I'm also thinking that this would be really pretty on the Creepin' It Real hat. So this is the new hat. This, by the way, is a sample hat. This was when we each one we usually have to press and figure out the exact measurements and spots and whatever. This is just one that they say for me because it's a little bit cut off down here on the bottom. Doesn't matter to me because I'm going to cover it with rhinestones anyway. But I feel like the hunter green and or the I love the chameleon, the purple fuchsia one. I think it would be super pretty to do that around the bow and then just on the outside and the veins of the wings. So just do like the details of this one in just that one stone. Maybe the purple, fuchsia, blue, red and orange on this bow, and then the green and fuchsia purple on the bits of the wings. Oh yeah, maybe I just figured out what exactly we're doing, and then creeping it real in the blue shift. Yes. Is the new mix up? Yes, it is. It is up on the website. It's right at the top. So I left the old one there so you can see the Mystical Magic is sold out. And this one is called Fairy Forest. I called it that because there's the green and then it has all those magical colors in it. It is $3.65 a portion. You guys were asking me the portion size. This I brought one of the ones from last week, the itty bitty luminous pearl. Now, obviously, some of them you can't see; they're under this label, but this is about what the portion is. Let's see if I can get them all. Okay, so this is a portion, and it's $3.65, and it is the custom mix. This is luminous pearl from last week. It sold out. I just grabbed one off the shelves to show you guys. Okay, so yes, it is up. There you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this going. Now, they are tiny, tiny stones. Keep in mind, this is called an itty bitty mix because they are itty bitty. These are going to be 4s and 5s. There may be 6s in there. Let me see. Did I give any? Did I pull any sixes? I don't remember pulling sixes. These might just be all fours and fives. I should say six just in case so I don't screw it up. Fives, fours, 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 fives, fours, and fives. Okay, so this is all fours and fives. I think the listing says sixes because I put it in there just in case because I hadn't actually taken the second to look. So we're going to actually start off on this one with the Dr. Pepper Burgundy. Okay, so we're going to start this guy off with our Dr. Pepper color. Oh my God. It's so pretty. Okay. So remember, these are teeny tiny stones. These are going to be fours and fives. Okay. So this is the first one. It's burgundy. We are not on TikTok today. We are only on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So if you want to jam over to one of the other platforms, if you think you get a better view. Okay, so this is going to be our Dr. Pepper. So I'm going to adjust the angles a lot with this live because the different angles show the colors better. So we got the burgundy. They're super duper duper crazy sparkly. Sorry. I've tried fisheye lenses. They don't help. Whoop. Okay, don't want to spill them all over the place. All right, so that's the first, that's burgundy. Now we're going to put two more in. Get you guys in nice and close. Sorry, you guys, so you guys can see as best as you can. All right, so if you were on earlier and you got that micro itty bitty mix, this is a second one. Okay, that one sold out already, and I feel bad for anybody watching the live tonight because I know a lot of y'all watch this in the evening, so I want to make sure there's an itty bitty available for you as well today because it's itty bitty day. So we're gonna mix the second one. Now this one's gonna be called Fairy Forest because the last one sold out at $3.65. They do sell out quickly. Okay, you can buy as many sets as you want. There's no limit. We do the smaller portion so that you can choose how many you get, how much you need for whatever project you have in mind. I don't want to guess which projects you're doing. So you kind of decide portion wise where you're at. So, but we don't limit how many you can get. You can get as many as you think you need. Okay, so here's the burgundy. One more shot of just that. It's literally Dr. Pepper color. So if you're having a hard time on your screen seeing it, it's the color of the Dr. Pepper can. It's beautiful. Oh, y'all know I do. This was in the soft lavender version of this, and I have a whole tumbler done in just soft lavender. All right, so for the sake of the fact that I absolutely love burgundy and green together, we're gonna roll in and put our dark green in there. Okay. So this is gonna be deep, rich green. So Vera officially owns a pair of cockatiels. She has been researching birds, and I took them to the pet store today to see the birds in real life and to talk to the girl that we love that's always at this pet store that we really, really love here and get her advice and what she thought. And so luckily the bird that Vera wanted was the cockatiel. And this girl said, that's the perfect bird for you. So Vera was really excited. So we started looking for cockatiels available in California. And we actually found a girl who has a pair of cockatiels that are bonded. And she's trying to sell them together, and she's had them for a year, and they're super friendly. They just took time to, they got to get adjust to you. And she's like, but they once they're comfortable with you, they're so friendly. And so she sent us videos, and so Vera pulled the trigger, got herself some birds. There's one is pure white, and the other one's almost all white with just like a little yellow head. So they're super cute, and they're two females. Oh shoot, oh, man, trying not to make a giant mess of these. Sorry. So if you guys are just jumping in, so that's what happened between last live and this live, as I sat down with her and we were looking on Craigslist for cocktails for sale. And they come with the cage and everything. That really was part of the sell for her. She's it came with all the accessories because she sold some stuff and she's got to buy it with her own money. So she's like, it comes with everything? Yes. All right. So now you've got that rich dark green and burgundy. Okay. So we've got rich dark green and burgundy. So this is an itty bitty mix. If you're new to joining us, this is an itty bitty mix. These are all going to be SS4s and SS5s. This is a tiny, tiny little glass stone mix. Okay, so now we've got in here, we haven't even started adding the fancy ones. These are just solid colors. They're solid colors though. This company that we have make these for us. Sorry about the knockers on the screen, guys. There's regular standard colors because we have multiple rhinestone vendors. This one far surpasses. So this has become our official only vendor that we're now going to use moving forward because they're so far superior. They're amazing. They're so sparkly compared to other glass rhinestones. Okay, now let's start with our first fun stone. We're going to do our first chameleon stone going into this mix. And this is going to be a blue-green flash. And it's not like green, it's like aquamarine. It's kind of like blue to aqua. Okay, so it's going to be a blue to aqua flash. Sorry, make sure we get every single stone out of this pack. Okay, so now we've got this really pretty aqua blue flash. Oh, that's really pretty. At some point, it kind of does a little bit of a lime green, like if you get it at just the right angle, but mainly it's just aquamarine and like really vibrant blue. Sorry, these are like double packaged. It makes it really difficult. I mean, I love that they double package them because it keeps them safe transporting and stuff. Okay, dupe. So if you're just jumping in, we're doing a second itty bitty mix for the day. The first one sold out in literally like 2 hours. So I felt bad for anybody that's going to be coming on to the night live to rewatch and do replays and miss out. What's crazy is when I ordered these stones, I'm still getting used to this. I will probably never be used to this. I say I'm getting used to it, but I'll never be used to it. Each one of these bags this is 14,000 stones. And so that sounds like a lot of stones to me. And I thought these bags were going to be significantly bigger. So we are only doing about 80 sets of these right now. Now I could mix more and more and more colors, but I feel like you kind of lose the mix. Otherwise you're just doing like a suicide. Like, I don't know if you know what that is, like a soda. They just call it the suicide when you put one of every flavor of the soda machine in it and then have to drink it. That's what I feel like. If I just keep adding to make this a bigger batch, you lose the uniqueness of each one. So I am limited by like how many colors and how many like variety. Like I don't want to put 5 different blues in here because you'll never be able to tell them apart from each other. So, you know, we are limited by like what I can do with these. All right, now, so that is our first multi-flash going in there. So we've got our burgundy, we've got our dark green, and now we've got our blue. It's almost like a blue holographic, really. It's kind of like a blue chameleon holographic in there. And it goes very dark blue to bright blue to aquamarine. And then there is like a little pinch of green that flashes off that if you catch it on the right angle. All right, now we're gonna go in with our next chameleon stone. I call them chameleons. This is actually equivalent to jade. If you know our chameleon glitter, jade is absolutely spectacular. This looks just like jade, but it also looks like our chameleon mica flakes as well. So these are there's a huge stone in there. This stone is pink and green. So the stone color on this guy is pink and green, a lime green. You all know how I feel about green, lime green in particular. Hold on, there's one Mama Jamma stone randomly in here. Okay. So these are like lime green to fuchsia, lime green to fuchsia, lime green to fuchsia. Super pretty, super pretty. These were in the plumeria mix that sold out stupid fast. I used these on a pumpkin. It was so pretty. Okay, so there's that one. Now our next and final, this is the one that has these are actually different. So this one's gonna be purple and blue chameleon, purples, fuchsias, blues, chameleon here. So you got the purple, fuchsia, and blue. All one here. So as you shift angles, even each stone even looks completely different, but as you shift them, the color catches them different and it completely shifts the color. Stunning. Okay, so this is a new micro itty bitty mix. Sorry, I keep saying micro. This is a new itty bitty mix. The one from earlier this afternoon sold out in literally an hour, 2 hours. So I decided to come back on and mix one more. So this is Fairy Forest. So that I didn't want everybody, oh yes. It fits its name really well. Okay, now we've got our chameleon ones. This is the one that goes orange, red, blue, purple. Yes. Now these itty bitty mixes are meant to be used as like detail stones on your tumbler project. So let me see if I can get you guys to catch all the colors. So you go like super dark blue, fuchsia, purple, orange, red, super dark blue, purple, fuchsia, orange, red, just depending on what angle you're holding on. If you get it at a really hard angle, you can almost see like a green. It's crazy. So this one has a lot of color shifties in it. These are $3.65 per portion. If you've never hung out with us, this is a glass rhinestone mix. We do glass and resin, and these are tiny stones. These are 4s and 6s. No, sorry, 4s and 5s. These are little bitty stones. These will get in there right into all the little nooks and crannies. These are going to be what you do a lot of your detail work in. Your very fine lines, your very small detail work is going to be in these guys. For example, these are 6s and 10s. They work great. But if you get anything like a right around the eye where you would want it like absolutely ultra small, that's why I didn't do her eye, because the 6 and 10s are just too big and bulky for around the eye. I started doing the jawline. I was like, oh, that's just too bulky for the jawline, so I quit. But like these like uber tiny stones go into all those fine, fine little details. So yes. All right. So this guy is going to be up on the website. It is up on the website, and that's going to be, it is up on the website. Oh yeah. This is a fun mix. This is going to be a very versatile mix. Any of our dark toned tumblers, this is going to work for pretty much any of the dark toned tumblers. It's got a little bit of every color in there. I don't know why. These little bitty ones have a really hard time focusing and showing off the colors on camera. Okay, let me show. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram up close. Sorry, the Facebook and YouTube. And you know what I'm going to try? Let me try this. I have such bright lights in here, but I wonder if this will work. Okay. So let's see. Put my direct light on them for my phone to help. See, on Instagram, that blows the color out. I can't even get to focus. There we go. These stones are so tiny. These, you could also put these on your nails. Okay. So pretty. Lots of chameleons in there. Four different chameleon stones in there. And then hunter green and burgundy. Hunter green and burgundy. Okay. So if you're just popping in, I dropped this is another itty bitty mix for today. If you go on the website is iwantglitter.com. You're going to click on today's deals. It's right at the top. You will see the other itty bitty mixes sold out. I left it up so people didn't get confused. The itty bitty mix I mixed earlier today already sold out. So this is the second batch so that all of our late night watchers, our night watchers and our replayers and anybody who comes in, because we have people watch our replays at like 2:00 in the morning. They still have access to maybe getting some itty bitties. Okay. I want to make sure that we were fair and made it accessible for everyone. They are only $3.65 a set. So they do sell fast. You can get as many sets as you think you need. This is a portion. It's kind of hard. It's better if I have the camera at an angle. This is one portion. Because if I go like this, you can't see all the stones. It just looks like there's 10 stones in it. So we kind of flatten them all out so you can see the amount that you're going to get. You get a good, decent portion. It's only $3.65. Now, I could have given you a bigger portion, but then it would have been more expensive. Like we charge by the amount. And so by doing it this way, you can decide how many you buy. So you can decide if you need a bigger portion, you can buy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But some people will only want these to go in the nooks and crannies or have a specific flower on a tumbler that they have in mind, and they don't need $21 worth of these. So they only need one little bag for one little, like if you're out doing this guy and you're like, ooh, I want the burgundy for his hair. So you just have one little project so far for it. Just need one bag. Ooh, you know what that burgundy would be good on, actually? My cherries. I was going to do the neon pinks on this, but that burgundy and that dark green, oh, would be perfect on these cherries. Because I'm thinking about only doing this one flower and then these 4 cherries and then some of the leaves off of it. 5 cherries. And then this is the only part that I was going to rhinestone. The rest was just going to be left as a glitter tumbler. But see, look, I had chosen the neon pink and the green for this one. But maybe this hunter, I got to see if these will sell out because I got to make sure I can have some of these. I'm pretty sure I'm not getting the earlier set. I get what's left over. I'm not allowed to take any. I knew with the neon I was doing this one. So I told Alyssa specifically, take 2 bags out for me because I knew I wanted to do this for Jetsy Lou. All right, y'all. The website is iwantglitter.com. You're going to click on today's deals. There is a free with $35 purchase today is a UVDTF. You can add that to your order. There's also a free mini UVDTF. So there's a standard side one. It's really cute. It's like to the person standing behind me, you are enough, worthy, loved, never forget that or something cute like that. That is free. You can add that to your order if you fill your shopping cart and there's $35 worth of stuff in your shopping cart, you can add that freebie to your cart. You can also add the free mini UVDTF to your shopping cart. If you spend over $25, you will get automatic free shipping. And then if you do $35, you can add that free UVDTF. If you were buying any glitters, because you were like, I'm going to dive into this, I'm going to get a tumbler, I'm going to grab a micro mix, and I'm going to grab an itty bitty mix, and I'm going to go for this. We also sell the rhinestone starter pack bundles with the glue, the tray, the picker pencil, all that basic tools that you need to do this. And you're like, I'm going to grab a couple glitters to match the tumbler that I purchased so you can glitter your butt with glitter and epoxy. Okay, like this guy's just sublimated, but we went in and did the glitter butt to add. You can also put a UVDTF sticker on there, and then you can add your first coat of epoxy with a little pinch of like bow or Nico or George, which is our opalescent white fine powder on that first coat. Second coat, just plain, so it gets a nice smooth glossy surface. Then you've got a nice shimmery tumbler like this one. So you can see this one, the tumbler itself is shimmery because we did that on this tumbler. So we glittered the butt, and then we did 2 coats of epoxy. The first coat had a nice heavy pinch of bow in it. And then we did a second coat of epoxy, then let it fully cure, and then we've been rhinestoning on top. I always think that I'm done with this cup, and then we mix a new color, like the new neon pinks. I think I'm going to do the new neon pinks. There's a flower here that needs to neon pink, and the flower here. And then we have purple that so I slowly keep adding a little bit to this tumbler until it's finished. This is the character swirl tumbler. Okay. And we have them available as sublimation prints. If you just need the sublimation print, the vinyl wrap, or the sublimated tumbler, you can a la carte, however you need it. And then if you're shopping for glitter, if you're on Instagram, this coupon code is going to get you half price off all the glitter on the website. And if you are on YouTube or Facebook, it is at the bottom of your screen. And the website is iwantglitter.com. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Because we're going to take off for the night. I'm going to make sure that baby's in bed. Because Ivan's funny. He's just like, I don't know. She was eating dinner. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to start getting crabby. And sometimes she gets so tired that she gets crabby and then she doesn't want to go to bed. There's a fine line we weave here. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for hanging out. Again, this is a second batch, a separate batch. It's a totally different mix than the one from earlier. The one from earlier is Mystical Magic. That one sold out. This one is Fairy Forest. Different colors, different mix, both dark jewel tones. So if you missed Mystical Magic, Magical Fairy is your jam. All right. I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody.